intuitive reader and coach, India Lee, and this is Speaking Spirit. And today we're going to dive into that feeling when you just feel stuck, when you feel like you're just on the cusp of the next up level or chapter or the next thing, the next section, however you think of it, of your life's journey. And you just can already feel and intuit that what you're moving into is so different. It almost feels like a different planet from where you are currently or have been. But there can be in the interim between here and there, this feeling of feeling stuck, of feeling like frustrated. You can equate it to the feeling that a woman has before she's giving birth. It's like you get so impatient. You get so, on one hand, I'm kind of scared of what's coming. On the other hand, can it just be here already? There is this sense of in between that can be a bit maddening for us, as people on this planet. And of course, part of the practice of being a conscious human being or a spirit being, inhabiting a human body, is to become able to tolerate that discomfort, for sure. But there are things that you can do to make sure that you're not perpetuating that stuckness. So my guides are showing me, and they've showed me this image before, and I'm going to spoil the movie, but in the movie The Truman Show, Jim Carrey, plays this character who is in a biodome, and he doesn't know it. He's in a set, and he's been there all his life, and his whole life is, this set with actors playing his family and friends, and everyone knows it but him. And at the end of the movie, he figures this out, and he's breaking free, and he takes this boat, through the ocean in this biodome, and gets all the way to the horizon and breaks through the edge of the dome, of the physical structure that was his life and world. And there's this moment where he finds a door, and it's after going through this huge emotional process of realizing that his old world has ended and that he doesn't know what's coming, and he gets to the door, and he steps through it at the end of the movie, and you just know he's going into the expanse of the world he has not yet seen, and the world that goes beyond what his mind tells him about the world. This is the point you might be finding yourself at now, because at this point in our growth, in our evolution as a planet, as a spiritual species, we have grown to the place where all the old of what we have known, what we think life is, what we think we are, we are at that point of realizing, oh wow, we've reached the end of that. And each of us is realizing it personally in our own lives. And that's why now we can sense and feel so much pressure going on now. It can feel like people are kind of losing their grip a little bit, or getting a bit more volatile, really, in their balance, in our balance of emotion, thought, physical, spiritual. We can really feel like, oh wow, someone has shaken up the snow globe that is this balance, right? And we're all feeling this collectively because we all have reached that point of what came before reaching its end, us reaching the end of it. And we're at that point where we have found the door now, or Spirit has shown us the door, each on our own individual journey. And we have to decide, are we going to walk through this door? Or maybe some of us, maybe we still feel like we're in the place where we're feeling around for the door. But either way, it's about to be stepping out into the expanse time, right? And this time can feel very pregnant and very almost frustrating, very, I feel stuck. So what I'm being shown today to share with you and myself is that the number one key or helper when you're feeling this way is going to be, what are you being shown in your interactions with others? And my guides actually gave me this helpful hint today. They said, when you're interacting with somebody, don't think to yourself, I'm going to see how they are, I'm going to see how they're doing. Think to yourself before you interact with them, I'm going to see how I'm doing. Because your interaction with the other person is going to give you some information about how you're doing. If you really listen and pay attention to what that other person is saying to you, what that interaction is showing you, you're going to find so much information in that for you. And that is what that interaction is being designed for. Because remember, your higher self, everyone else's higher selves, they're all in on things. They all know what's going on here. They're like the other players in the Truman Show. You and your human self in your mind are the one that's figuring it all out. And them, each of the other people in their human selves in mind, right? So we're all figuring it out individually, collectively, okay? So these interactions are telling us things. So when they're interacting with us, if they're being conscious and if they're able to come from a place of, oh, what is this person going to tell me about myself today? Then they can learn from the mirroring. But your job is to take the information you're getting and use it for you. It's not to manage what's going on with other people or try to manage that. It's not to figure out and anticipate and somehow improve, anything that's going on about the other person or between you and the other person. It's all about you gratefully gathering this information from each interaction and saying, wow, what is this showing me? Like clues for a puzzle. What puzzle piece has this person given me for me? And that is actually the most, even though our mind says, well, that's, self-focused and, how am I focusing on the other person in a connected way if I'm focusing on me? Well, because you can only connect, with other people if you're connecting through your own self first, through your own heart first, and then you can connect the way spirit connects, as one. So if you're really listening, taking in everything, saying, what is this showing me? So an example would be, you have a conversation with a friend and you come away a bit agitated or uncomfortable or frustrated or judging yourself or, in your head about what they're thinking or whatever it is. If you take that at face value and say, well, from that interaction, I learned that I'm feeling frustrated. I learned that I'm feeling agitated. I learned that I'm judging myself. I learned that I'm overly concerned about what they're thinking. That's going to give you that next piece that will lead you. Okay, next I'm going to focus on bringing compassion to that part of me that's judging myself. I'm going to focus on maybe taking some deep breaths and relaxing so I don't have to feel so frustrated. Or I'm going to focus on moving into my heart so that I'm not obsessing about what they're thinking. Right? So that's already helping. And then you're going to feel the momentum of your guides of spirit going, yay, great job. Here's the next clue. Here's the next thing. If we don't do this, then we'll find that all of our interactions are showing us the same thing. Because then our guides will go, nah, they're not getting it yet. Bring in another one. Bring in another frustrating, or self-judgment reflecting conversation. Right? So when we get it, when we go, oh, I see it, then we can sort of get the clearance to go find the next piece. I have all the electricity in my body right now of just spirit going, yes, this is, this is how we're trying to help you, right? This is how they're trying to help me. This is how they're trying to help you. So really paying attention. And if you don't interact with anyone today, then pay attention to what thoughts am I bringing to situations, or what choices am I making for me? What interactions am I having with myself? What is that showing me? It's a little more challenging, or maybe less, depending on who you are and how you feel about that. But you will see this either way. So I am going to ask now into, I'm using the tarot now, and I'm just going to ask into the messages for each sign. I'm going to feel into each sign and what each sign just needs to know now to move forward in this unsticking, okay, to move forward into this next part, this next expanse. And after you move into this expanse, there will be another one. There will always be more unknown expanses to move into, and there have been before on your path, but this is about how to more consciously move into the next one. Okay, so we're going to ask, for Aries, what Aries needs to know. What will help Aries move into this, out of the stuckness? So for Aries, you have the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands talks about looking at the horizon. Looking at the horizon and seeing that everything you've been asking for is in fact coming in. That you can kind of stop asking for now and start watching for what's coming in. And maybe use your interactions to see, how can this interaction give me a clue about what's coming in for me now, if I really pay attention, okay? All right, and next for Taurus, what will help Taurus? Thank you. Taurus has the Ace of Cups. So for you, Taurus, it's about really seizing those blessings that are right in front of you. There's an abundant new beginning that is being handed to you divinely, and you are being asked to grab it. So you may want to practice even physically grabbing and holding things in your daily life that are coming in as gifts that maybe before you were kind of not noticing or taking for granted. You want to really physically engage in those now so that you can see more and more of those blessings, okay? And next is Gemini. So Gemini, you have the Tower. So for you, the key is to accept and embrace the changes that are already happening around you, the things that are already happening, kind of whether you like it or not, and maybe look at ways that you've been resisting these changes and how can you resist them less. Okay, so move with the change. Let it happen around you. And next is Cancer. Cancer, you have the Emperor. So for you, it's about coming into this sense of confidence and command and owning your power and no longer allowing yourself to be the victim or the one who feels like they have no power. It's time for you to come into that power so that you can then move into what's next for you. And next is Leo. For Leo, it's the Queen of Swords. For you, Leo, it's about using discernment to go ahead and cut away what is not working for you. The Queen of Swords says, I recognize that this situation, at this thing, or this vibration, or this type of treatment is no longer going to work for me, and I'm cutting that out. Or this kind of thought pattern in my own mind. Okay? And next is Virgo. What does Virgo need to know? Thank you. Virgo, like Cancer, you have the Emperor. So for you, Virgo, it's about coming into that inner confidence and that inner sense of importance. I'm getting like, you're not just a small player in your own life. You're the star. You're the main character in your life. And right when I said that, Virgo, the star fell out of the deck. You're the star. So treat yourself accordingly and allow that to be reflected to you. Okay. the star of your own life. And next is Libra. What would you like for Libra to know? Moving through these energies. Libra, you have strength. So for you, Libra, it's about leaning on the divine, because your transition, your change might involve some difficulty, some things that feel like they're bigger than you, or like a fight. But you're leaning on the divine and your higher self to move you through them. You're not going to fight these battles by yourself. You're not going to plow into these things. You're going to allow Spirit to move you through them. So lean on the divine. Okay. And then for Scorpio, you have the Ace of Pentacles. So for you, Scorpio, it's about, how can I really feel and touch and sense and taste this new beginning now? Because for you, Scorpio, the changes have really already happened. Things are already new and have come in for you that you are actually sort of maybe in a little bit of denial about, and maybe not recognizing. So for you, it's just saying, oh yeah, actually I see how this new way has already begun for me, and I'm already doing it. You know, why am I worried about it? I'm already doing it to some extent. Okay, beautiful. And next is Sagittarius. You have the Six of Cups. So Sagittarius, for you, it's going to support you, is connecting from that heart place, from that place of the child within, letting that child within lead you to where you want to go. The key is going to be play for you, Sagittarius. So let yourself play, and let that little child essence of you lead you to the places your mind does not know how to go. Okay. And next is Capricorn. Capricorn, for you, it's the Nine of Pentacles. So for you, it's about knowing how supported you really are, how many gifts are surrounding you right now, how much love and support and community you actually have around you at this moment, and allowing yourself to have and enjoy all of that is key. Okay. And next, Aquarius. Aquarius, messages for helping Aquarius move into this new time. The Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is about following your passion. So Aquarius, for you, it's about go with your gut, follow your passion, trust it. You know, you can tend to doubt this passion because maybe you feel like, oh, my spirit, my passion has gotten me into trouble in the past, so I'm going to hold on to security this time. No, it's about you following and knowing that this is a different time. This is a different chapter for you. So go ahead and follow that passion and that soul calling right now, okay? And finally, Pisces. What is the message for Pisces? Pisces, you have the Nine of Pentacles. So it's all about you leaning into the very physical, very real support that is there for you right now. Enjoying it and saying, yeah, this is my time to enjoy all of these gifts of support that have been brought in for me. Even if my mind might be telling me they're not there, they are. And really looking around and appreciating that is going to be key for you, Pisces. Okay? So thank you. I hope that these messages serve you, and I hope that you'll let me know how this message in this episode resonates for you. And we will connect again very soon.